Hello and how goes everybody? And my name is CYI3R, but you can call me Cyber, and today we are continuing the Pokemon Champions journey. Today, I have a snow team with an ice type sort of mini theme going on right now. Today we are running the Mega Frostlass with a Avalugg support, mr.rime, Castform, and Rotom as special sweepers, and Weavile as a physical backup slash sweeper in a sense. Now, this team has gone through a few iterations. This has been one of the longer videos I've taken the time to make. Initially, I was running in Aurorus, but I eventually found a Frostlass, so I switched over to that. And then after that, I found an Abomasnow. So I might revisit this with the Abomasnow as like a Trick Room team without the ice theme going on. But heading into the first battle here, two fire types, a grass type. Is just overall a very interesting team from my opponent here, especially the three starters, two for Gen 1s, and then I believe Masquerada is Gen 9? 8? I genuinely can't remember. I think it's 9. Anyway, we have three potential Megas here on the enemy side. Here you can see me struggling to really figure out what I want to do. But eventually I decide on my 4, as you can see. Now, I just want to say as we get into this first battle, they started with the Rhyperior and Charizard, so my first thought is, okay, Megazard is going to set up Sun, Heat Wave, just take both of my Mons out. So I decide I'm going to spend this first turn pretty much just setting up to take it out for the next turn, but to my surprise, it's not only one, not a Megazard, obviously with the Quick Claw, but as you will see right here, it is actually a physical Charizard. Now, Earthquake is an interesting move to go for here, considering they have the Rhyperior on their side, because it breaks Sturdy if that's what it has. And if it's running Rockhead, then I guess it doesn't make a difference, but it's still extra chip for free. That Shadow Ball comes out, does a little under half there, which isn't too bad. Now, surprisingly, both have gone for Earthquake, which is, again, very interesting choice. I mean, it would do a decent amount of damage, I guess, but now that we've confirmed it's not Megazard, I was confident enough to just go for the Mega here. As obviously you get the Snow up, Avalugg can get the Aurora Veil up for some extra tankiness on the team, because honestly it needs it. This is not one of the teams I'd recommend, quite honestly. But Blizzard gets the double knockout here, which is very cool. Now, Mega Frostlass is interesting, but its speed is I found its speed was a bit awkward, because it was faster than a lot, sure, but there was also a lot that outsped it pretty easily from my play testing with this. Now, they had actually taken a good chunk of time there, and they send in the Kanto Ninetales with the Gengar. Again, still no Mega on their side, so I was thinking Mega Gengar, Parasong at first, but considering what they did with the physical Charizard, I didn't know what to expect at this point. This guy was a bit of a toss-up on what he was running, which is, honestly, I respect that a lot. Bringing out new things every now and again is always cool. Now, here comes physical Gengar, I'm assuming physical Gengar's Shadow Claw. With a crit, does borderline nothing. And then Burning Jealousy from Ninetales pops Sturdy on Avalugg, gets Weavile down really low. I feel like Avalugg lives that better if it wasn't a crit. Because I think for this battle... No, I'm sorry. Initially I was running this with a defense focus, special defense focus. With the EVs, IV8, VEs, whatever they're called in this game, I forget. But I eventually switched to just pure defense with attack, just to work off of body press and such. But we get the Veil up, we go for a White Guard to stop another Protective Jealousy, and knockoff finishes off the Gengar that was left under half with the Avalanche. Now, obviously, Burning Jealousy gets blocked, and At this point, they don't really have anything they can do. So they just decide to call it quits, which is completely understandable. There was 4v1. It was a 4v1, so there wasn't that much they could do. Now, heading into battle number 2, a bit more of a competitive team, a lot scarier than the previous one. Now, obviously, I'm expecting Incineroar. I see Farigiraf. I'm expecting Trick Room, something. Obviously, Trick Room does hurt the Mega Frostlass a lot, but it does help out Avalugg because it is very slow. However, the rest of my team is very quick, so Trick Room does set me up a lot. And as I predicted, Incineroar and Farigiraf's lead, both shiny. I think all of their Pokemon were shiny, honestly, which is pretty interesting. I don't come across them very often. Now, here I decide to just get everything set up. Gonna protect on Frostlass, get the Snow up, get the Veil up. Just make it as bulky as possible to try and survive a hit, and then maybe do some damage back in retaliation, as you would. Now, Flare Blitz gets blocked from the Incineroar. That would have done a lot of. I honestly think. Actually, I don't think. I know that takes out Frostlass without the Veil, even at full. And obviously, Farigiraf doing what it does best, setting up Trick Room. Now, I don't actually come across Farigiraf often, so in this battle you will see me do something stupid. Just keep in mind, I'm a forgetful person, and I wasn't really thinking about it. Now, they actually swapped Incineroar here for a Venusaur, which is pretty interesting. I guess they were fearful of Body Press, maybe. But Body Press, I mean, that is what I went for. It didn't do much to Venusaur, obviously, because of the resist. And Psychic does about a third to Frostlass, and the Blizzard comes out and does decent damage, a little under half for Farigiraf, and just completely obliterates Venusaur, right? So it doesn't get to do anything. None of his sleep powder nonsense. Either way, Incineroar comes back in. Intimidate, doesn't really do anything to obviously the Frostlass, and it doesn't do much to Avalugg here either because of it's mainly for the Body Press here. Now, I should have just focused Incineroar here, I will say that now. I don't know why I didn't, but I think I was expecting, it to do a little more damage than what it did. Because it does bring it down low, but then just brings it back up to, a third. And then Psychic comes out, puts Avalugg down to half, about. Another Flare Blitz gets blocked, and we still have some Trick Room turns to go, so Frostlass either has to badly live something to get a hit off, or I don't know. I honestly don't have much expectations here. Now, Chombleberry actually weakens Body Press to only do a third Incineroar, which isn't too bad considering how bulky I know it to be. Now, another Psychic comes out, finishes off Avalugg, which is very unfortunate. And then here comes Flare Blitz. They've been spamming this whole time, and yeah, no, Frostlass, even with Veil up, doesn't live that, which is unfortunate, but what you gonna do? Now, what we have left is Weavile and mr.rime, of course, and I'm not too sure what I can do here with these two. mr.rime is an interesting mod. It's actually pretty bold. I actually like it a lot from these battles because it from the playtest it put in work a lot of the times. I honestly should have used it more. And here's as I was saying, I don't play against Farigiraf often. I know what it does. I know about Armor Tail and all that, but I also know it gets Cud Chew. It gets another ability I can't remember the name of right now. I genuinely just forgot about Armor Tail for half. As soon as I clicked the move, I completely forgot. Now, they go for Hyper Voice here, and through the Veil doesn't do much of anything. Flare Blitz, on the other hand, does a lot more. It gets mr.rime to the red, but Ice Body should heal that back up a bit. Now, Blizzard takes out the Farigiraf, which means no more Trick Room once that goes down, which is great for me. And that kind of just evens things out a bit, because now it's 2-2, I believe. Now my Veil does wear off, but with the dimensions coming off, obviously they are going to be outsped, and it's just going to come down to who hits harder. Now their last mon seems to be is obviously my Lodic here. Now I decide I'm just going to divide and conquer here as the best option. I could have tried for a Blizzard, but it wouldn't really do much of anything. There's no point. Weavile's Brick Break comes out, finishes off Incineroar, which is great, honestly. Now it's just 2v1 with the Milotic. Energy Ball comes out. Does a little under half. It does good damage, I will say. Obviously, it's a bulky Melodic. Scald does finish off mr.rime here, which is unfortunate, but it's to be expected. Now, obviously, Weavile is going to outspeed, and this is why I carry the Muscle Band on it for the extra bit of damage. Because obviously it's a bulky one, but not bulky enough. Knockoff slaps the apple out of it, spins, and just takes it out. Which is very, again, another interesting way that battle number 2 is going. Very, I mean, at the end of the day, it was a meta team. It wasn't too crazy, but it was still interesting. Now, this one was also quite interesting from what I remember. Because I have yet to, this was my first time seeing Sceptile, my first time seeing Hisui and Gudra and Komodo, as well as Alteri. Very dragon-heavy team on their side. At least if they have the Mega Sceptile, that is. Now, they do have, I believe it was 2 potential Megas on that team, with the Gengar and the Sceptile only. No, 3 on the stage with the Altaria. Now, obviously I'm expecting, anytime you see a Gengar, you expect the Mega with Parasong. And I just wanted to see what they did for the most part, because I didn't know what they were doing here. So I decided I'm going to do the same play as last battle. Mega Protect, get the Veil up. Now obviously they do Mega Gengar here. Well, I say obviously, but it just seems to be like the main play to do with that team that they have. I can't see Mega Altaria being their go-to against most ice types. And Mega Sceptile, same thing. The quad weakness would be is just too much for either of them if they were holding the Mega Stones. Now, Sceptile goes for the Protect here. Or, sorry, not Protect, Detect. I always forget that move exists sometimes, because Protect is so common. But it's nice to see it's nice to see the mix-up every now and then. Now, as I had predicted, Parasong, Gengar, Mega Gengar with Shadow Tag. But at least I get the Veil up, so once I get past the Gengar and I can switch out my Mons to stop the Perish count, I'm pretty much got the bulk that I need to survive any hits. Well, not any hits, but give myself a better chance to survive, you know? Now, this time, I decide, well, I was planning the Blizzard to just take both out, but Gengar had other plans with the Destiny Bond, and Sceptile surprisingly sets up grassy terrain, not something you see very often. Honestly, I should have gone for Blizzard here. I don't know if it takes out Gengar, but it would have definitely taken out Sceptile if I had. But I didn't, so unfortunately, that's just a double KO. Mega for Mega, which, I mean, it isn't too bad. All things considered. Now, Avalanche comes out from Avalord. Didn't get hit so the base power doesn't double, which makes all the difference, because now the Sceptile lives. And with both recoveries, gets back over health from 20%, which is crazy. Now with Mega Gengar gone, it's a matter of, do I want to leave Avalon in, or do I want to swap it out, preserve it for later? I definitely want to preserve it, but because Sceptile seems like it's going to be a physical, he's going to be a physical attacker. I don't want to give him just a free KO on like one of my more defensive Mons on the team. So I swap it for Weavile, which I don't think was a bad point. Now, Shed Tail from Sceptile comes out, which I can't say I was expecting. And obviously that's going to swap into their final Mon, which turns out to be the Komodo here. Which I'm not gonna lie, I did start panicking immediately as I saw that, because I'm thinking, okay, Clanger is Soul Sweep coming in. But thankfully, well, I say thankfully, but obviously Blizzard's gonna land in the snow. Doesn't do much to the Goodra, but it does pop the substitute, which is great. Flash Cannon comes out here, does just under half to mr.rime. And with Ice Body, I'm gonna heal back up a bit, which is good. Oh, and Grassy Terrain, of course, as well. Although that's also gonna heal the Goodra up a little bit. Now, I decide I'm going for Blizzard again. It's the most damage, and if they swap Sceptile in, it just gets taken out here. Now, I decide to fake out on the Komodo as well, just to get rid of Sash if it has it, just in case. Because I can 100% see someone running Substitute and Sash with like Shed Tail to switch stuff in. Now, Blizzard completely decimates the Komodo. I feel like that actually takes it out from full health, even so long as it doesn't have the Sash. Second Flash Cannon comes out from the Hisuian Goodra. Again, like, does a lot, but all the healing that I have that's set up from both sides just keeps it alive healthy enough. It should I believe it should badly roll. So long as it doesn't get a high roll. Now, I decide to Blizzard here again. I see no reason not to. And obviously I'm contemplating on which one to hit the Goodra with. Now, Detect again from Sceptile, so it's living on just from the sliver of health it's going to heal up a bit. Brick Break does a load of damage to the Goodra. The GUI does proc, but it doesn't really matter too much. V.II is fast enough that one speed drop isn't going to drop it below either of these mons. Especially with Blizzard. I was expecting Blizzard to take out here, but Focus Band pops. And I know some people probably don't even know what Focus Band is, but it's Focus Sash. But instead of guaranteeing once, it's a chance that can happen multiple times. It's 10% if I remember correctly, which is absolutely crazy that it procced even once. I was genuinely surprised to see it when doing this battle, because I wouldn't even expect it, obviously. Now, obviously, as the last mon on the team, Avalugg Pump makes its return. I decide I'm going to knock off the Sash, the band off of the Goodra, just to get it out of the way, prevent another one from happening. It protects, and Sceptile goes for Elite Seed, surprisingly, which I think is all of its moves shown. Yeah, fully supportive Sceptile, I just realized. Elite Seed, Grassy Terrain, Detect, and Shed Tail. Which is, I mean, it's interesting, I'll say that. I can't say I would have expected it. It is a lot of healing, though. So I just imagine Heal Block, or I believe that's the name of the move. Just the psychic one that prevents all healing, just shuts that thing down entirely. Now, we are reaching the finale of this battle, as both their mons are low. Now, they go for Leech Seed from the Sceptile again, this time on Avalugg here. Brick Break from v.II comes out, and Focus Band saves the Goodra again. Which, it's just so unlucky. Now at +2, now I'm starting to fear I might get outsped. And the Flash Cannon actually doesn't even take out v.II, which is crazy to me. I actually was expecting it just to go down and make it a 1v1 between Avalugg and Goodra. Thankfully, it's not the case. Now it's pretty much just what anything goes at this point. If Avalugg hits, it's GG's. But I really need to focus it down, just in case that band pops again, which is why I get the triple axle. Because there's no shot it procs 30 times there. It doesn't even proc the third time, so, which is good for me. Once again, GG's to my opponent for that one. That was a very... I liked the Focus Band usage, I will say, and then the support Sceptile. Now, moving on to the fourth and final battle of this video. Very interesting to see what they do here, because the Earthworm, I like Earthworm. Seems a bit out of place with the rest of them, but I guess it helps. It set it out with Gliscor with Earthquakes, I would assume. Is like, if I was running a team like that, that's how I would do it. Gliscor
with Earthquake, Fourth Worm to heal up Fourth Worm while doing damage. The rest of the Mons, I don't really have anything. I don't really have any ideas. Now, I'm deciding... This time I decided to do something different. I decided I'm going to play on the offensive this battle. Because at this point I was both tired and it was... And I just wanted the video over with. I will be completely honest. This team was pretty difficult to get content for. A lot of battles ended before they started. But Blizzard comes out after the Mega and just completely decimates Gliscor, which is not to be surprising at all. It is a quad weakness, and it's a very high special attack stat on Mega Frostless. Now Body Press on Earthworm, doing just a little under half is crazy, but he threw the Life Orb even. Keep in mind, Avalugg is like very physically defensive, so the fact it did that much damage is surprising to me. Now, they bring in the Jolteon, and I'm thinking, okay, I should outspeed. I don't know why I didn't go for Blizzard. I have that problem when piloting this team, I realized after the fact, is that I didn't hit Blizzard as often as I could have. Now, their Shadow Ball and Jolteon actually does well over half. Just a little over half for Frostlass. Mine, Frostlass's Shadow Ball does the exact same to Jolteon, and Avalugg gets critted with the Body Press. I feel like it would have badly lived otherwise, so that crit actually did matter. And again, Life Orb Fourth Worm is interesting. I might look to run that in the future. That's pretty cool. Now, I decided to send in Weavile, get the Fake out, so I can outspeed, so I can take the Jolteon out before it, takes out my Frostlass. Now, the Fake Out comes out, almost takes out the Jolteon itself, surprisingly enough. I guess it's more of a sweeping set based on the damage there. Now, Blizzard almost takes out Earthworm, but Body Press comes out, just one-shots Weavile entirely. Aurora Veil does not help against quad weaknesses, especially with Life Orb. Now, it's pretty much just mr.rime Frostlass versus Sceptile Earthworm. I can just do double Blizzard here and that should be enough. At least that's what that's like my thought process going into this part. If I'm remembering correctly, I think, yeah, I did just double Blizzard. Just in the off chance. I think I was still paranoid from the focus band of last battle. Of the previous battle where it's like... I don't know. Something with the Sceptile, but I don't think I've seen anything from it. Now, surprisingly, it is actually Mega Sceptile. Got his Christmas tree out. Oh, it's a bit too early for that, though. Although I can see why they get confused with all the snow everywhere. Now, Frostlass Blizzard comes out and just double KO there. Sceptile gaining another, just multiplying its weakness even more with the Mega Evolution was just unfortunate timing on their part. And Earthworm obviously is not living any more attacks with how low it was. But that's the end of these battles for today. I hope to see y'all in the next one. Stay safe. And if you like, comment, subscribe, and leave your own teams in the comments if you'd like. Y'all have a good one. Stay safe.